Tuieville, Steve Tui, Cheryl Tui with you here, hanging out on a fun time Friday. Cheryl has been in for Chrissy all this 2 days, yesterday and today, all this 2 days. So Chrissy has gone with a group of ladies to Michigan. It's a wonderful cause. So you've heard how Michigan, if you're watching on video, you see Michigan is the hand. She is up there knitting the world's largest glove for Michigan for when it gets cold. So it's a really nice thing that she's doing there.
Do you know, had never heard of that until I was working in travel and tourism. And,
that was called
and I
the
would
hand?
just go,
Yeah.
oh, okay, you're located where? Oh, we're South Haven. And they used to just hold up a hand and point. And we're here.
People did that. I learned that
And
when
I
I
was
was
like,
doing
wow.
when I was doing stand up, because I used to go
Yeah.
and do a run. I would do Saginaw one week and another Michigan place the next. Now I can't think of it. But I remember going to Saginaw. Yeah, and that's when I learned it too. Was that they did that. Portion of the show is running brought to us by our friends over at your local McDonald's. The Young Fleet Kasanovich McDonald's are a big sponsor of the 12 Days of Giveaways. They are helping us out with that, but that's not what we're talking about today, because today is Friday. That's right. Free fries on Friday
Here it comes.
through the app. I'm telling you, you go and you use the app. So normally you would go and you pick your meal. Like, just
Right.
put it right in there, right? So you pick your meal and you go and you do your thing, and it's all fine. I get it. That's all wonderful. But what you should do on Friday is what I do. I go over there and I pick out my burger and I pick out my drink, and then I get my free fries from the McDonald's app. You have to be using the app, and I'm telling you, once you use it, you will
You
never
won't go
stop.
back.
You will never stop using it. It's so wonderful. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving free fries on Friday at McDonald's.
Yes.
Also, I want to mention our friends over at Jasper Junction.
I'm really hoping one day he doesn't go, listen, I really love you, but your song has to stop. McDonald's
sure.
corporate called.
I'm sure.
And they
Yeah.
want their song back.
I'm sure that's what they will say. Absolutely, yes. Right now, Clay is glad that Jasper Junction doesn't have a jingle.
Right,
So he's like,
right. He's like, okay.
And Clay, I want you to know, you could. If you want, I will make one. I will, turn your house into a home is Jasper Junction. I don't know. If that's just on top of my
I'll
head.
help you,
Yeah,
Clay.
yeah,
I'll help
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Just-
Need something for any function? Go to Jasper Junction.
Ooh.
So I'm just saying,
Look
give
at
me a couple of
that.
seconds to work it out. It's like,
Nice.
yeah, yeah.
Need something for any function?
That's
Go
right.
to Jasper Junction.
That's right. That's right. You
All
go
right.
over there, yeah. Turn your house into a home. You might even find a gnome at Jasper Junction. I'm just saying, I mean, there's a lot of ways we can do
Hey,
this.
and then maybe they merge it because they're both local, kind of like locally owned.
Yep.
So then at the end, it's pa-da-pa-pa.
See?
Grab your
See?
breakfast
See what I'm-
burritos
See what I'm saying?
through the app.
All right, so here's the downside to me giving jingles to all the different places. So far, all the businesses that have signed up for the 12 Days of Giveaways for Businesses just pulled out.
Right,
They just said,
exactly.
that's what he's going to do to us. Never mind.
Yeah.
We're fine. We're fine. By the way, if you're just tuning in and you're wondering to yourself, what? 12 Days of Giveaways for Businesses? What? Go check out our Facebook page. It's on all of our Facebook pages. Q, 98 Gold, Bear Country, and Tuieville. Now just called Tuieville. So go over. You can find the video we did earlier today. So you look on our YouTube channel. You'll see our video from earlier today where we talked about the idea of 12 days of giveaways for listeners and 12 days of giveaways for businesses. We have businesses that are residents of Tuieville now, and then we'll have listeners that are residents of Tuieville now. It's a whole big community.
Yeah, and we can't thank our loyal clients enough. I mean, there'd be no way.
Wonderful
Yes.
people. So, but that said, you don't have to be currently on with us to sign up for this. This is for
Right.
any business.
Right.
Every business is eligible
Correct.
to sign up for this. So get in there and sign up for 12 days of giveaways for businesses. All right. This Sunday, we're going to change our clocks back. If you're listening on the Q, you've heard
Russ Martin.
Russ Martin singing. If you could turn back time, he sounds a lot like Cher, but that's actually Russ Martin. He's a very good
Right.
singer. Yep. So if you see Russ Martin out and about, ask him if he would sing. If
I
you
could
could turn back time for him. Yeah, does a great Cher impression. So ask him about that next time you see Russ Martin. A lot of us.
He'll love that. He's just grocery shopping at Strax.
Listen,
Or like, hey, could you sing for us in the
I
frozen food section?
I like to do things like that because the one time I said, if you see Chrissy Martin out and about, she's got Indiana Beach tickets in her back pocket, and she's like, I almost got tackled when I was out there at the store, like, yeah. So, so this Sunday we turn our clocks back an hour at 2:00 in the morning, so you could probably do it before you go to bed or after you wake up, whichever is better for you. And 70% of people think changing the clock this weekend is a waste of time. I'm with you.
I'm in.
I am
I'm
too.
sick of it.
Yeah.
Yep. And fast time or whatever drives me nuts.
Well, okay, so that's a whole different thing. Okay, so
Why do I feel like I've gone on an like a plane, and I've got to like reset my time when I go just through Monon?
right, right,
It's not that far away.
I know. Listen, Eastern time is a whole different thing. I don't think states, and I talked about this before, and then Chrissy found a whole list of states that do this. I thought Indiana was the only one.
Really?
I don't think any state should have a split time zone. I'm fine if I cross a state line and the time zone changes. That's fine.
Right.
That seems quasi-logical. Not totally,
Sorta.
but right.
Yeah.
Yes. But it should not switch mid-state. I shouldn't leave work, drive 20 minutes, and have it change.
Yep.
I told you, the worst one for me ever was I was doing stand-up comedy. My hotel was in Central. The show was in Eastern. I got there, called the club, because thankfully the person at the front desk said, I think that place is Eastern. I go, well, how far away is it? Well, how far did they?
Right.
Goes,
Where am I going?
He goes, it's 10 minutes.
But
And I go,
here, I drive to Lafayette, and I showed up for an appointment an hour early. I can't follow it. I can't.
It's all over the
Drives me
place.
cuckoo.
So I had to call the club, and I said, hey, I go, what time is it there right now? And he goes, 10
Do you
to
not
8.
have a watch?
10 to 8. I go, here's why I'm asking. I go, 'cause I'm at the hotel, and it's 10 to 7, and the show's at 8, right? And he goes, yeah. I go, okay, leaving now. Yeah. No time for a shower or anything. I'll just throw my clothes on. Jason says, yes, the clock time changes for the birds. They need to get rid of it, and we all just stay in Eastern time. He says, I live in Eastern time, but work in Central time. Totally confusing. Jason,
Oh, Jason.
I'm
yeah.
going to say to you, no. We're all going to live on Central time, not on Eastern time.
Oh,
I don't like
okay.
Eastern
Yeah, I
time
don't like Eastern time either.
because then right now it's almost 10 o'clock. I don't need that.
I'm trying
I need
to
Central
figure out
time.
why. What is it supposedly for? It's a reset of like the day, sunshine or light or daylight or what?
Which thing are we talking about? The dropping back of our time?
The whole Eastern time thing.
Oh, Eastern Central?
in the Midwest. Yes.
Oh, I don't know why. Because it's Eastern, like it's for New York,
right?
But it's got something to do with the sun or something. I don't know. I don't know. Tina says I live in Rensselaer and work in Monon, so live in Central.
There it is.
Work in
It
Eastern.
messes me up
Same as
every
Jason.
time.
Yeah.
And we love Monon.
Yes.
I'm not,
Yeah,
you know,
no,
it's
it's a
just
time thing. Yeah.
when I come home and then it drops back, I'm like, wait a minute.
Right.
like
Right.
then I get hungry or tired for early. I don't know what it is. It's like I've gone to Italy.
How about when we drove to Evansville? We left Central Time, went through Eastern Time, and came back into Central Time.
Yes.
That messed me up all
That
over
really
the place.
screwed
Yes,
us up.
yes.
Yep.
Tina says, I live in Rensselaer and work in Monon. Going to work stinks, but coming home is okay. I gained that out. You know, Tina, I did have that.
Yeah.
So for a while when we lived in Bourbonnais, I did afternoons on WIBN in 2012, 2013.
Okay. That's in
And,
Oxford.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I did my afternoon show in Eastern time. So I did it like 2 to 5 Central, 3 to 6 Eastern.
Got it.
So I'd leave there at 6, and then I'd go and, go
Did
home.
it exhaust you
and,
though? Because you're spending your whole day where it's really 6. It's not 5. But then now it's 5, and you.
No, it really messed me up because I would work my way from Bourbonnais through Illinois seeing people about advertising.
Yeah.
So I spent a good portion of my day in Central Time and then had to go into Eastern at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Oy.
Like it was all weird.
Yeah.
Jason says, I have always lived on Eastern Time, but now that I work in Central Time, it feels like I'm living in the past on account of it's all confusing. Listen, Chrissy fully believes that people in Eastern Time are ahead of us and see the future. They see what's going to happen at 3:00, and we're only at 2:00. So it's a whole thing there. So yes. So 70% of people think changing the clocks is a waste of time. And I'm with them. Jason says we do. We see the future. Yeah. No, you don't. No, you're not gonna fool me. No. There's no changing of the times. But either way, we're in it whether we like it or not. So don't forget to if you do have to set your clocks back, if you're one of those people that doesn't have a phone that changes on its own, which I mean, come on now, it's 2023. But if you're one of those people, then you'll have to do some changes. You'll have to change your stove. You'll have to change your microwave. Yes.
That'll take 6 months.
Right. Jason says we just like to live in the present, not the past. Listen,
we're early to everything in Central Time.
I don't know what's happening. Everybody's just ahead of us in the places and the things. Listen, I used to be on a TV show where we got the newspaper a day ahead of time and we had to save lives. So maybe that's what's happening. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.